Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to remember an old friend who is no longer with us. A series with wonderful character, with a compelling plot. The fights totally worked. It had big titties. Oh, fuck it. I can't keep this up. Fairy Tail is dead, and I couldn't be happier. And we're gonna talk about it today on day 14 of MIAMAFV 2.
Big Dick is back in town. Bring me the back. Because I'm an idiot.
2 years and 4 days ago, I released a video during MIAMAFV 1 entitled Fairy Tail is Dead, Time to Dance on the Grave, and I basically stand by everything I said in that video. Thing is though, tragically, I've been getting epically pwned by people who are pointing out in the comments section that, despite what I was saying, Fairy Tail wasn't actually dead. And here's their case. Point 1. As I said in the video, Fairy Tail was ending in 11 more chapters, and that did indeed happen. However, many people have pointed out that the anime got renewed after that and continued on. So how can you say Fairy Tail is dead if the anime's getting a new fucking season? Well, I think that's pretty simple. I am a manga boy. I care about manga. And when I heard that there was an announcement that Fairy Tail is coming to a close, that was the death knell for the series. Sure, it's not surprising that they would pick up the last section of the story, convert it to an anime to, you know, cash in on the product. It was still a popular series at the time. Still is now, I suppose. But see, even in that very video, the point was that the manga was ending in 11 chapters from then, but the end was visible. The end was in sight. Same with the anime. Sure, they can make more episodes, extend the anime a bit, adapt the full story, but the end is coming, and we all know it. And that's what I was really celebrating. So if you want to dock me some points for the title not being completely accurate, that's fair. I would say that the spirit is true, but we can disagree on that. And the geniuses among you might go on to point out that, excuse me, bestie boy, but is the manga really done? Because there's a little thing called Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest still going. This bitch ain't over, motherfucker. To which I would say the following. Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest is, by the creator's own description, a spin-off series. Yeah, sure, it's got the same cast of characters as Fairy Tail and it continues the story where the original left off, but the art for that series is done by this guy Atsuo Ueda, who doesn't have a lot of credits to his name, and Mashima himself was only involved in doing storyboards, and I'm hearing some conflicting reports on whether or not he's doing continual writing for the series. So I'll put a question mark on that one. However, if Mashima just wanted to continue the story of Fairy Tail, it raises the question, why did he end Fairy Tail? Maybe it was executives meddling and whatnot, but it's very weird to just shift it to this, what is that? I think it's like a bi-weekly release of this spin-off series and have Mashima put his effort into that instead of the big deal main series that it was. Because as I'm sure many of you already know, Mashima is doing a new fucking manga called Eden Zero. And I don't think it's crazy to assume that his involvement with the Fairy Tail franchise is diminishing so he can work on his new story. And God bless him for it. Maybe this one will actually be good. Blah, 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 Rave Master was good. Go watch Kraft's Dwarf's video about it. The boy documented everything there was to be said about the man's work. I'm using his research as my argument here. However, the interesting thing about the Mashima-verse, or whatever you want to call it, is that the man recycles elements of character designs, as well as full-on characters, throughout all of his series like hotcakes. And I think the names of locations, too, it's all very incestuous. Is it some sort of brilliant theming motif that he uses to keep a sense of consistency between his series, or is he just a lazy hack? That's for you to decide. But regardless, because of this feature, maybe you want to consider Eden Zero the spiritual successor to Fairy Tail. Now, I've only read chapter 1 of Eden Zero. I thought it was okay, and I kind of want to keep going to see if it's better or worse than Fairy Tail was. In fact, why don't we pop over to Manga Stream real quick and see what the latest chapter's saying. Oh my god! They're not even translating it! The mainline series from Mashima now! They're going scorched earth! Ah, it's a slaughter! Now, to be fair, you can just read it at Jiminy's box, so it's not like it's inaccessible. However, I think this speaks to some of the general thoughts on Mashima's continued work. I'm not really here to shit on Mashima as a creator overall, but simply to say that Fairy Tail is dead. In the same sense as it was in the first video I said, the death knell has been struck. It's bleeding out on the battlefield. Sure, it'll cling to life for a couple years longer while this manga trickles on and the anime wraps up, but we all know what that is. That is the corporate machine clinging to a valuable IP it can still milk profit out of. And I don't blame it, that's the nature of the beast, but it's a dead man walking. That is what I am celebrating. And I hope Eden Zero goes better for our boy. I've not heard great things, but one day I'll investigate fully for myself. Godspeed, Mashima. I wish you an improved series and the success that should derive from it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is only the preamble to the real story of this video. Because in the 2 years since I made that video and kind of became aware of the culture surrounding Fairy Tail online, especially in the comment section of YouTube, a new story has developed before us. The emergence of a warrior I could have never predicted to exist. The strongest keyboard warrior. That's right, I'm going to tell you about the legend of Zac Ritner. Who is Zac Ritner and why should I give a fuck about him, you ask? Well, I will tell you all about it. But first, let me preface this, that this is a commenter that we will be discussing, and I demand that no one harass him. Now, his name and comments are plastered all over my comments section, so I assume he has no problem with it being brought up in a public forum like this. But I don't want anybody dogpiling on him. Let's be good sports, okay? This is purely a scholarly and academic pursuit that we'll be doing here, ladies and gentlemen. And if I find out that anyone is harassing him, I will personally kick you in the dick. That being said, let's meet the hero of our story. The first thing you may notice about Zac Ritner is his distinctive user icon. Really speaks volumes about the journey we're about to take, don't you think? Well, I first met Zac in the comment section of my Fairy Tail video. He was cordially disagreeing with my video and other people who were similarly shitting on Fairy Tail. Now, of course, I expected many fans of Fairy Tail to disagree with my takes on the series, and that is a-okay with me. Understandable, have a great day. At first I thought nothing of it, he just seemed like a relatively prolific commenter. I'd see notifications from him every now and again, and I'd think, there he is again, going ham on somebody else in the discussion thread. But to my surprise, this continued on for several weeks, and I thought, wow, this is a really dedicated defender of the series, and it's amazing he's lasted this long in these battles. However, I started to notice that not only were Zac's comments frequent in the video, I noticed a lot of people discussing Zac specifically, and seemingly referring to him as an outsider who would visit multiple Fairy Tail videos, specifically the ones critical of Fairy Tail. Out of curiosity, I went and checked out King of Lightning's Fairy Tail is Trash video, one of the things that inspired my MIAMAFV video as well, and sure enough, Zac Ritner was all over that comment section. Or at least, he had been. Because by the time I went and looked, I noticed that many of his comments had been deleted, leaving a lot of empty threads of people replying to Zac, but no comments to be found. At this point, I shrugged it off and just moved on with my day. And a bunch of time passed. The weeks turned into months, and every once in a while I would still get that Zac Ritner notification. 3 months, get a notification. 4 months, 6 months, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, 12 months, a full year, and I was still getting notifications of comments on my Fairy Tail video from Zac Ritner. Things were getting crazy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you believe me if I were to tell you that it was possible to go even further beyond? That with the proper motivation, Zac Ritner could reach down and find his Super Saiyan 2 commenter level power and explode it onto the rest of us in this and every comment section. Turns out the motivation he needed was my Fairy Tail video. Zac Ritner, the absolute madman, continued commenting on my video, engaging in argument threads for 13 months, 14, 15, 16, 20. Zac Ritner appears on my comments thread arguing with commenters in the comment section. He's doing it to this day.
To this day!
To this day. Now, to be fully honest, the last time I saw a comment from him was 2 months ago. But come on, it's been 2 years and 2 months. Still, he comments. You think he's gonna stop there? No. My boy is coming back hotter than ever. Frankly, I probably just didn't see his more recent comments. I know he's there right now, lurking, watching, waiting for the opportunity to strike. And frankly, his power level is terrifying. This man cannot be stopped. However, that old phenomenon reared its head again, because throughout these chains of arguments, we see countless threads with replies to Zac where no Zac comment appears to be. So we can tell that Zac is deleting many of his comments. And based on what other commenters are saying, it looks like he's deleting his spicier takes. But in honor of this man, this guy who cannot be stopped, I think it's only right that we take a long look at some of the more brilliant pieces of prose by our hero, Zac Ritner. Brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen, This fairy tale's about to come true. Best Guy Ever Fairy Tale Hit Piece Comment Section Reading, Session 1, begin. I love this man's spirit. He knows fairy tale is trash. He is just a complete asshole. Fairy tale is the best, and you know it. The complete asshole you were talking about has more subscribers than you. Well, his subscribers are retards. He's got us there. I love this vid so much. Why would you love a video about bashing Fairy Tail, the best anime ever? This guy needs to get a life. Fairy Tail Season 1 was basically my introduction to anime, and I recently tried to rewatch it, and I just couldn't do it. It's so boring. Fuck off. Fairy Tail is the best. Don't drop it. It's bad. I dropped it too. Then you're a coward for dropping it. Fairy Tail sucks. Who agreed? Disagreed, you jerk! Who is this Zac Ritner guy, and why is he getting salty over what other people think of Fairy Tail? He's trying to save you people who think it's a good anime, lol. You need to get the fuck out of here. Let's jump into a thread about Fairy Tail haters. Haters can go die. Fans can stay. You get the fuck out of here. Why is this still getting comments? This guy is trying to piss you off by saying the same thing to defend Fairy Tail endlessly. Just freaking ignore him. Don't fucking ignore me. These haters need to be taught a lesson on not to bash my favorite series. Fairy Tail is like anime cancer. I can't even sympathize with the characters anymore. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. Fairy Tail is awesome. Here's a series of messages from our hero to one person in one thread in a row. People like you, this is why we can't have nice things. Hating Fairy Tail makes you a bad person. Fairy Tail is the best anime ever. Deal with it, you can't change that fact. Haters like you should be banned from the internet. Fairy Tail fans are way better than haters like you. Haters are cancer. You know, I'm suddenly feeling less positive about haters. Zac Ritner himself proves Fairy Fail fanbase annoying and garbage. Stop this shit right now. You're hurting my feelings. Is this guy joking or what? No, really. You're cancerous. I cannot tell if this man is joking. So trashy. No. Just no. Fuck off. Why? Because haters like him need to go fuck off. The man gets bodied by Grimoire Heart Fodder, and Natsu fought Zancro. That's disrespectful for the fact these guys are rivals. You are a disgrace to humanity. Bigot. And in this thread where people started throwing around commit not alive, why would you tell someone to kill themselves? That is just sad. Just calm down. It's his shitty opinion. That's my Zac, the eternal voice of reason. Oh shit, banger alert, people. Yo, Zac, I just want to let you know, you're a worthy adversary. You're a legend, mate. But I gotta put you down. I mean, after all, it's nothing personnel, kid. Do you remember when Fairy Tail ended forever and made all of our lives much better? I could laugh at this shit all day. I know you're crying as your fave characters are dying. To say it's not funny would be lying. So go on, wipe the tears away. Hey, 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 Zac Ritner! Say, did you remember Zac Ritner? A shitty series ending, Zac Ritner! Rest in peace and go away! Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Remember, this was all in good fun. Don't go harass anybody or I will be fucking pissed. And Zac, one message to you. Please do not come and murder my family. See you guys tomorrow. Bye!